All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Pipe Bomb City, and welcome to another news video here. Roman Reigns, a former WWE World Champion, has been suspended for 30 days. I'm going to talk about this for a few minutes here, guys. This isn't going to be too long of a video, but I wanted to make this because I couldn't sum it up in a paragraph on Instagram how I really feel about this. So I'm going to be telling you guys here right now how I feel about this, what's the future of Reigns, a lot of stuff he's going to miss. How's he going to return? All that shit I'm going to talk about here. Before this video begins, so be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. And be sure to check out my Instagram at instagram.com/pipebombcity. So getting into this, first of all, again, Roman Reigns, former champ, he's been suspended for 30 days by the WWE. And WWE is not turning it into a storyline. They're not going around it. They posted something on Twitter. There's an article on their website, and it's saying, Roman Reigns has been suspended for 30 days here. All right, and it's interesting about that. There's been a lot of rumors going on that the WWE knew about this before it actually happened. They're saying that's why that's why Roman lost clean to Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank, and then Ambrose cashed in. Everyone is saying that's why those events happened, but I really don't think so. Could WWE have known about it beforehand? Absolutely. I think that might be the case. But I don't really think that they would just ignore it. You know what I'm saying? So again, and this is interesting though, because WWE is very strict with their policies, and I like how they're embracing it because, everyone's saying, oh, they move it around for certain guys like Randy Orton and shit like that. But one of the top guys, and we all know how Vince and them feel about Roman, those guys have suspended Roman. And that's what's really interesting, At a time like this, we're weeks away from the draft. The main event of Battleground was just announced, days before Money in the Bank. So it's very interesting. Money in the Bank has just happened. Again, Roman lost clean to Seth, which is very interesting. Then Ambrose cashed in. But what's more interesting is that right after Raw, or during the end, this was announced, which is really interesting, because they announced on Raw that at Battleground, I think a week or so after, or it might be the week of the draft, they're going to have Battleground, and the main event is going to be Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose. And that's really interesting, because it turns out, I did my little math knowledge I know, and that in a month from now, he's going to miss the draft. All right, 30 days, he'll miss the draft, I'm pretty sure, or it's going to be pretty close to it. But I think he's missing the draft, but he will not miss Battleground. And that's really interesting. I think it would just be for the rivalry. It could be just Ambrose and Rollins, and maybe that's it. And then Roman can appear at Battleground. Let me just mention, we do not know why Roman has been suspended. I mean, I really don't like the guy at all, but I don't think he's the kind of guy who would do drugs and stuff like that. I think maybe there's been some rumors going around. Maybe he ignored the doctors or something. I think that's the case. I don't really know, but for Battleground, what I think that they could have done, instead of the Shield triple threat, they could just have Ambrose or, Reigns. If something like this happened on Raw, I don't think it did, it happened hours after. Well, then, of course, it's too late to cancel the match, but if this was happen, maybe at Money in the Bank, people are saying he ignored the doctors at Money in the Bank and continued to wrestle even though he wasn't supposed to, and ignored their orders. That's another reason that people are saying why he got suspended, or maybe again, if he did something and they announced or they knew about it days before, maybe that's why. But I feel like what they could have done, he lost clean to Seth, Ambrose cashed in, and that's the end. Roman was all depressed and shit, and that we couldn't have seen Roman, So then the main event of Battleground would have been Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, all right? Just a one-on-one match for the WWE World title. I get it, Battleground is kind of known lately for just shitty finishes, and DQs and stuff like that. Yeah, I think like 2 out of the 3 main events have ended like that, So it's really interesting to say that, or what I'm about to say. All right, lights go out, whatever. Reigns appears, fucking cancels the match, DQ, and attacks the hell out of both of these guys. And then at SummerSlam, where it should be happening, then you could have Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns in a triple threat match. Shield triple threat, the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. I think that'd be great, but that's not happening. What is happening, he got suspended right after Raw ended. He's going to miss the draft. And now we have a month without Roman, in the rivalry match that we've been waiting for years now, ever since 2013. We've been waiting for this. I know they debuted in 2012, but no one knew who they were, all right? So here they are. We've been waiting for this for 3 years, you know, and now it's not going to have its full potential. I would really hate for this to end in some way, like, you know, if there's a DQ finish, I don't think you can get DQs in triple threat, but a shit finish, you know, where someone happens at Battleground of all places, you know, and then that's the match that we get. This is a dream match. And then Vince just trolls us with, like, you know, it's just going to be some match leading to some other guys. For these guys to, you know, face separate opponents at SummerSlam, I wouldn't want to see that at all. This is too good of a match. It has the potential to be great, you know, and I would hate for them to do that, you know. So, again, let's get into actual Reigns here. Let's talk about him. Instead of Battleground stuff in the main event. So he did post on Twitter. He said, "I apologize to my family, friends, and fans for my mistake in violating WWE's wellness policy," which is contained in multiple things, you know, ignoring doctors and orders, drugs, all that other shit, you know, illnesses, no excuses. I own it, he said. All right. I like that about it, you know, because usually with these guys, when they get into stuff like this or they're suspended and stuff, they don't really embrace it. They either say nothing or they try and ignore it and just move on to some other stuff and play it off all cool. But Roman, you see, I really don't like Roman. I really don't, all right? For those of you that are used to my videos, you pretty much know that about me. I do not like Roman. But I can respect the fact that he accepted it, embraced it, and here he is on Twitter. You know, he's just taking a headline, and I like that, you know. But again, I don't know. All right, that's pretty much all I really got to say. No one knows why he got suspended. He's going to miss the draft, I'm pretty sure, you know. Real quick, let me talk about the draft. I mentioned it a few times before this video ends here. The draft is going to be interesting because, of course, Roman has to be picked. They said it on Raw that pretty much what's going to happen on the first live SmackDown, the draft is going to happen. You're going to have Shane, who is running SmackDown, we found out. Awesome. Shane is going to be running SmackDown. All right. And we don't know who's going to run Raw. I'm making a draft video pretty soon after this, so you guys go watch that. Or another draft video. I already made one. But pretty much, you know, and then they're going to get to choose who they want, which is going to be interesting because Reigns isn't there. They can't just ignore one of the biggest guys in the company and they just don't draft him anywhere. You know, he has to be chosen. So either he's not going to show up or they're just going to save it for some other time because I don't know what they're going to do, you know? All right, honestly, guys, that's all I really got to say. Thank you so very much for watching this video. This has been Pipe Bomb City. Be sure to check out my Instagram at instagram.com/Pipe Bomb City. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment on this video. Tell me what you guys think. All right, guys, I really want to know your opinions. I'm going to make a video after this, you know, either today or tomorrow. I think I'm probably just going to make it right now. I'm going to be talking about the draft. You know, the pay-per-view schedule for the draft has just been released. So if you guys want to hear my thoughts on that and you want to see the actual schedule, tune into that video, all right? And if you just want to hear me talk about the draft and what I think about it and the new logo and commercials and all this shit and live SmackDowns, blah, 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 be sure to check that out, all right? Thank you guys so very much for watching this. This has been Pipe Bomb City. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.